Let's go.
Hey, move your mic closer to your face, yeah?
Alright. Okay.
Everything's fine.
Everything's gonna be okay.
Oh, still closer. You gotta get up. So remember where you have to put it, like right here.
Right there, yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to the No Items Podcast. It's a weekly podcast by Team Solidarity focused on Super Smash Bros. And Super Smash Bros. Related content. I'm Artie.
This is M2.
And we are, at this point, the only members of No Items Podcast.
Soon to change.
Soon to change.
Don't worry, guys.
This week's podcast topic is Nintendo's support of the competitive Smash Bros. Community.
Yep. So, how was your week, though?
Yeah. Before we get into that, it's been pretty uneventful for me. Mostly, it's like a lot of just preparation. Since Oregon's kind of in like a little bit of a stasis right now, where there's not really that many official tournaments. Well, there's no official tournaments actually.
Just Salem.
Without Salem.
Yeah.
In Portland, what I mean.
Yeah.
So I've been, I don't know, kind of sitting on my hands waiting for something to happen. But I recently kind of realized, well, that's not going to help anything. So I started updating a whole bunch of the streaming stuff.
Yeah, might as well.
Exactly, right? And so now, recently I've been doing a lot of After Effects, putting my college education to good use.
Let's go.
And creating some learning. Yeah, creating some new stream backgrounds, like the one that's on the computer right now, but also some other ones that the world has yet to see, specifically for tournament matches. We're gonna get into that.
Your boy's cooking.
Yeah, someday. Someday we'll maybe someday we'll do a podcast on kind of the complexities of streaming and what actually goes into running a tournament stream.
Yeah.
But
it's for another day though.
Yeah, that's for another day. My week though has been really just chilling. It's spring break for me. I think I start classes again next week.
Okay.
And I finished my winter term 2 weeks ago, so
that's cool.
Yep, just kind of on break. Chilling. I worked all 5 days this week. That hasn't happened for a while.
Making that moolah though. So
I need it.
That's nice though. That's nice.
It is nice. It is nice actually to have money. As opposed to not having money, which was me for the last like 6 months.
Yeah.
How about you, man? How's it been?
It's been good. I mean, I've been just fiending for some tournaments. As far as school's concerned, I'm not really going too hard in the paint right now.
Yeah.
I've got some stuff due in the next month, but it's kind of just projects and stuff that I can just do kind of at my own leisure. And so I've been grinding. I've been trying to level up. Last Saturday, took a set off the best player in the state. Let's go.
That's true.
I think I'm the only one right now who's done that this season.
This season for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Part of that's probably because there's just been so few tournaments.
There's been a lack of tournaments.
Not to like take anything away.
Oh, of course not. No, that makes sense. There have been Salems and other things, so there have been opportunities, just not as ample, not as numerous.
Yeah.
And there are other opportunities that I'm excited for too. Fight or Flight 10, I believe it's 10. That's coming up.
Yes.
In the next week.
Yeah, it's next Saturday, right?
Next Saturday, yeah.
Yep.
That's boys. That'll be in Eugene. And so I've just been grinding. I've been just trying to get that PR spot. Just gonna be real with y'all. It's
Fight or Flight is the place to prove it for this season.
Yeah, it'd actually be really great because now this is, I think, the only tournament I'm sure this season that's going.
It's going to be the only regional.
Yeah.
For Oregon,
which will be a good test of skill because it'll feature not only people from the Salem area, from Portland, from the other Central Oregon areas, as well as potentially Eastern Oregon. I don't know if Verminubus is going to go or not. I don't know, but Verminubus and company.
Yeah, I haven't heard any of that. I know Vermin is going to Port 3.
Yeah,
and that
dude's awesome.
That's gonna be fun. I'd like to hang out with him there at some point.
Yeah. Why are all the Ganon mains the coolest, bro? You got Verm, you got Bryce Cold.
I think it's okay. So part of it has to do with the kind of mentality you have to have in order to play Ganondorf.
I couldn't do it, dude. I couldn't.
You just have to accept things and
just go with the flow and then see if you can pick apart your opponent.
And a lot of the Ganon mains tend to be pretty smart because they try and
they have to.
They have to.
Yeah, they got to be clever.
They have to be clever. Shrewd. Yeah, smart. Smart's not necessarily the right word. Clever is a better.
Shrewd. Yeah. Sneaky. Getting a little bit more malicious, but yeah.
Like Ganon himself, very sneaky. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, I don't know. I guess this just has something to do with like the kind of mentality you have to play.
I think you're onto something, because I don't know any other Ganon mains, so I really can't.
Bryce and Verminius are the only two,
at least in this area. Cooper. I don't know about his character that much.
I was gonna say Dunks plays Ganon. He's
Dunks is hella chill, man.
He's pretty chill.
Dunks is hella chill. Shout out to Dunks. Yeah, no, dude, he's dope.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, overall, as far as my week's concerned, I mean, just grinding, just trying to get the PR spot, leveling up, learning a lot, watching a lot of VODs, and focusing. I've got internships in the next month. I'm preparing for that for school.
Yep.
Still gonna be on my Smash grind even then. Just gonna be busier, obviously.
Right.
So yeah, that's me right now. So and Smash 5, baby.
Yeah.
Getting hyped for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So today's subject for the podcast is Nintendo's support of the competitive community, or rather the specifically we're going to start off by talking about the invitational that's coming up for Smash Brothers 5 at I think E3.
Yeah, E3. So in June.
Yep. And then
it's crazy.
Sequentially we're also going to go into Nintendo Versus updating their Twitter to include Super Smash Brothers, the Switch version, in their lineup.
Yeah, that's huge, I think.
Which is an indication of, I think, what we're going to be talking about today. But first off, that invitational.
I'm excited, man. It reminds me of Smash 4's invitational. What was that, like 2014? Am I tripping?
It was 2014.
2014, yeah.
And that was the one where D1 screamed Mega Man.
Yeah, Mega Man!
That's what everybody remembers from that stream.
That was so good. Who's gonna get the Smash Ball? Who's gonna... It's Mega Man!
And then he shoots it, and then the Rosa air dodges it. And then walks into it.
Walking away. She's like walking away, like as the ball's like coming. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And then it was like, and then just kept going, and then just got hit. I was like, Lamau. But it is what it is, man.
Can you imagine how anticlimactic that would have been
if it missed?
If it had missed completely.
It's like, oh. Anyway, moving on in the game. Yes, that's pretty much what happened. But
that whole Twitch clip was so good.
That was so good. Dude. And then when Zero timed out Hungry Box to win, that was my favorite part.
Oh man,
my favorite part.
Jeez.
Anyway, I didn't even know who Zero was then, so that was good marketing. I don't know. It's like I didn't watch Brawl competitively, so I would have known otherwise, I'm sure. But
yeah, he was
decent. He was pretty big. He wasn't the best, but he was big.
I remember I had a chance to play Smash 4 on the floor of PAX Prime.
Yeah.
Before it was released, and there were like 15 characters, and the character screen was like all the character signs were massive.
Oh yeah, because there's only so it took up the same amount of space.
It took up the same amount of space on the screen.
Huge then, yeah.
But it was like instead of 50 characters, there were like 20.
Oh my god!
And so each character was like 3 times as big as they are now.
Dang.
So can you like I get a screenshot or something or a picture that somebody took?
Yeah.
It looks weird. It looks really weird. And I think I played like Mega Man.
Was this after you watched the Invitational?
No. Okay. I mean I don't think I watched the Invitational live. I think I just saw like it's too long ago to remember.
Yeah, I remember watching it live. I was so hyped for it, dude.
Yeah, but anyway, if you won out of a group of 4, right? And it was a free for all with items, of course.
Yeah.
If you won out of a group of 4 in a time battle, then they would give you a little scarf with a Super Smash Brothers on it. And like my cousin got one, and I was and then he left, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna chill here alone. So I also left.
Damn.
And I could have hustled and gotten
you would have gotten it too. I got you. Yeah, I trust. Yeah, I have confidence that you would have gotten one.
I mean, I was really bad. This is before I played Smash Brothers.
Yo, it's the land of opportunity. Like it was whoever. It's a free for all, items on. Contrary to this freaking podcast, So I think you would have been able to do it.
I probably would have been able to do it, like,
just play the opportunity
enough time. But here's the thing, though: is can you see it in the background there? Behind you is a picture, is a poster. It says "Planetary Annihilation." It's over your right shoulder. They can see it.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna get back.
Yeah, you can get back up. You weren't hiding anything.
Okay, cool. I thought. Just want to be sure.
So instead of chilling at the Smash Brothers area, which was crowded,
yeah,
and there was nowhere to sit, I instead chilled at the Planetary Annihilation booth, and bought those 2 posters.
Let's go.
And watched that stream live, because at the time of that recording, I was not as interested in Smash Brothers as I was in Planetary Annihilation.
Yeah. And
Planetary Annihilation ended up having a couple of problems that made it not a super great competitive game. Like, it was fun, but it wasn't, like, super great. And also, real-time strategy games are such a deep dive competitively compared to, like, Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
That I ended up not going that route at all.
Gotcha.
It was a lot of fun to watch, though, and that game is still pretty fun. Maybe I'll play it on stream someday. It's pretty
Smash
fun.
though. Yeah.
But Smash though.
But Smash. So
that was my experience playing Smash Brothers. The rest of the time, though, when we weren't on the ground floor, looking at all the exhibits and booths and stuff, we were up in the gaming room, above everything else, playing Brawl. Literally, we played probably 20 hours of Brawl.
Oh my gosh!
Over the course of 4 days.
Was it also free for all or no?
It was free for all, but with, like, it was a room full of Wiis.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
With Brawl in them.
Gotcha.
So you could do whatever you wanted, and it was me and a couple of their friends and my cousin. We would just play free for all. I played Lucario, and I didn't know what Smash attacks were, so that was how that went.
Gotcha.
I think literally we played like 20 or 25 hours of Brawl. That's not an exaggeration, and I literally never won a single game.
Damn.
I was that guy. That's how bad I was.
It's okay.
Okay?
It's okay. I don't know, I'm reconsidering the scarf investment I had in you. I'm just playing. Dude. I believe. Okay, you could definitely win one now.
Well, yeah.
Easy.
I mean, considering the people that were at that tournament.
If I go to E3 this summer, it's to get a scarf and nothing else.
Yeah.
That's
fair.
all I'm going to do.
That's fair.
I'm sure they'll have something like that.
Oop.
But yeah. So, the Invitational, last time there was, Zero, Hungry Box, Hugs, a lot of Melee people.
Well, what they were trying to do is get the whole Smash community to pay attention to the game.
Yeah.
Not just the Brawl community.
That's true.
And that's where I think... So, what are your guesses for the Invitational? 8 players. Who are they?
8? I think there's going to be like 16.
Okay, so let's do 8.
Okay. For the sake of like counting and all that stuff.
Who are the easy...
Zero.
Who are the easy ones? I think the easiest one is Hungry Box.
Hungry Box, Zero.
Hungry Box and Zero.
Yeah.
They're trying to go for diversity as well, I'm sure. So try and change up like.
And it's interesting now because there are a lot more
Supergirl Kells
for free, dude, because they want they want females there too. So and she's definitely like the representative of that.
I'm not familiar enough with the Melee community to know.
Like Milk Tea maybe.
That's right.
Yeah, Milk Tea.
She's like a public figure actually.
Yeah, she'd be good. Vicky Kitty potentially. Vicky Kitty could be a commentator or a player because she's a Nintendo ambassador. She's a brand ambassador. Yeah, so that's huge.
So is D1. So
D1's for free commentary. He's not playing though.
Is he?
For free commentary. Like he wasn't either last time. Like he's gonna.
He was there last time. I remember. I'm just like I'm not sure yet, and I don't think anybody's sure yet. I don't even know if they've sent out invitations because D1 on his YouTube channel put up a video saying why Nintendo should have D1.
Really?
On commentary. So I don't think it's. I don't think it's set in stone yet.
Either may not have just sent the invitations, but there's no way they're not gonna put D1. D1 was so good. Like
they might have
some newer people maybe.
Well, they might have like a different plan for the broadcasting that doesn't include people that aren't Nintendo employees. Like they might want like I don't know. I don't know. They might want like Reggie and somebody else on commentary, if that makes sense.
That'd be funny. But yeah.
Well, I mean, like they might have like a plan for it that doesn't involve having other people on commentary.
Fair
and
enough.
That's Nintendo's thing.
That's true.
If they want to change that.
Yeah. Vicky Kitty, I think, going back to what we were saying, has a good chance. Supergirl Kills, I think, is easily going to get in. She'll definitely be a new face that I'd be very surprised if she didn't get in. She's had a lot of success with various brands and is very invested in Nintendo. So
that'd be awesome. Yeah. That'd be super awesome.
That's what, 3, potentially 4.
Yeah. What about like specifically like players though? Do you think
Larry, I think, will get in.
Do you think Larry's gonna get in?
I think Larry would get in.
I feel like
I don't know about Anti. Like, see, here's the thing. Like, Anti is a good personality, but like, if you see his Twitter, I don't know. Like, he's just.
Does Nintendo want to brand themselves with Anti? I don't think so.
I don't know. Like, yeah.
He's got his own thing going on.
Nyro's
a good choice. Nyro's a really good choice.
Nyro.
Because he's a popular streamer as well, so he'd pull in numbers.
He'd pull in a lot of numbers.
Although, to be fair, most of the people that would watch Nyro's stream would probably watch this anyways.
But Nyro is like a good like core pick.
Yeah, I think so.
Like he's a stem that holds like a lot of weight. So
maybe Mewtwo King?
Maybe.
You know what makes me think of that is that Mewtwo King and Zero won that Japanese tournament that was for Smash Brothers. Remember that? When the game just came out and they both used Diddy Kong.
Yep.
And they both did the hoo-ha to each other in grand finals, and Sakurai watched.
Yep.
And there was a meme about that, and it was really funny. And then Diddy Kong got nerfed.
Hard. He's still good though. So.
And then the next time Sakurai attended a tournament, the top players didn't use their mains so that they wouldn't get nerfed. Oh, good times.
Yep.
It's so bad. It's so bad. It's really funny though.
Yeah. So let's just say Nyro. Hungrybox Zero.
Hungrybox Zero, Nyro.
Supergirl Kells.
Supergirl.
That's what 4.
Let's get some melee players. Cause
I mean, there's Hungrybox, but like
other than Hungrybox though, Hungrybox is
Plup. Not Leffen.
Not
hilarious, dude.
Not Leffen, not Mango.
That's so hilarious.
Not Leffen, not Mango.
Oh my gosh, put Hungrybox and Leffen against each other.
No.
And that'd be the
funniest. Oh my lord. Can you imagine?
What if Nintendo doesn't even know about
what
that
if rivalry? They get like
and they just bring in Leffen?
Nobody mentioned it to Nintendo, okay?
And then
everybody like bring up Leffen as like a super
really
chill,
wholesome guy. Yes. And then just pit them against each other round 1.
And then and then have that have them build up to it, and then like have like if Reggie's doing the commentary, he's like, man, they're awful. They're staring at each other like they're ready to fight, you know.
Yep.
And they just have no clue.
Yeah, I don't. That'd be ridiculous.
That would be funny.
That'd be really funny.
That'd be real funny, actually.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Someone in the chat mentioned something?
Yeah, Lux says Plup.
Yeah, that'd be dope. I look, okay. I know he's had recent success, but I think he could potentially.
He definitely like strikes me. I like Plup because I like watching Sheik. And he's like, is he the best Sheik? It's like him or Mewtwo King are the best Sheik. And so I like to cheer for Sheik. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't actually know that much about Plup.
He's a wholesome guy. Everyone likes him. Like he
won Genesis and everybody was happy for him.
He's the kid that no one hates, you know? Like
he's
the kid that no one hates. That is always.
Yeah, he's always like he's just I don't know. He just seems like a cool guy.
Yeah,
that'd be cool for the Invitational, I think. And then obviously they'd have other people. Reggie has to. So Reggie and Hungrybox are 1-1.
Rematch.
They have to have the fucking. They have to get the tiebreaker. Who wins the best of 3? Who wins?
I love the trash talk that ensues after that too.
Oh man, it's godlike. So Hungrybox is so much fun to watch as a personality.
Yeah.
Interacting with other human beings.
Yep.
Because I don't know, he's
good. He knows how to do it.
He just is good. Yeah. He knows exactly he knows how to like play the crowd as well.
Yeah. without going too far.
Yeah.
And when he goes too far, he does it completely deliberately.
Yeah, he does it on purpose. Yeah.
Like what he said to Leffen.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he did that on purpose.
I'm not going to say that on stream, but he said, "What's up?" Expletive.
Yeah.
So just to rile him up. So.
Expletive.
I don't know.
No, that's accurate.
Keep this PG-13.
Yeah.
PG. Whatever. But yeah,
that invitational is going to be amazing.
It's going to be fun, and it's just another indicator. If I have to say this again, that it's a new game.
Oh my god, it's a new game.
It's actually I'm kicking. I know I'm beating a dead horse. Like it's overkill.
Here's the thing, though,
because
every time you say it, there's that little twinge of doubt.
But it's over.
Where you're like,
it's actually over.
But what if I'm gonna be really disappointed?
Because Nintendo's disappointed us before. Not to like just be. I'm just being blunt, like they have. But there's literally no way. They're not dumb. Like they're not at this level of dumb to ruin it right now and be like, psych B, it's actually a port. We're doing an invitational. We're spending all this money for the port. There's no way.
They would have announced it straight up as a port.
It would have just like Mario Kart and some other stuff that they said too.
I wouldn't be surprised if like it used the Smash 4 engine, or it
reused
some assets or something like that. Because whatever it is, 2014, 2018. So 4 or 5 years is a pretty quick flip.
Yeah, it's usually like what, 6 to 7.
Yeah, so and like considering that the hardware from the Switch and then from the Wii U wasn't actually that big of a leap, I imagine graphically it's going to be pretty similar in fidelity. So I can see actually it being using like a similar engine.
Yep. I agree.
Great. But I'm excited. I'm wondering if we're going to get any or like how much information we're going to get on the game before the Invitational.
So last time
has Nintendo announced anything, like dates for information yet?
No.
Yeah. That's what I looked for that this morning and I couldn't find anything.
Last time with Smash 4, I think they had announced stuff way back, like even since the last E3. So we had a year, and now we have months.
Yeah. So that's what my thing. When they put that 2018 at the end of that trailer, that was like
what?
I was ready to not get any more information, but then they put that 2018 there. I was like, when's the next information? Because you don't have enough time.
I think
not enough time, but you don't have as much time as you did last time.
I think they're gonna do like a Smash Center Direct.
I think they are
real fast.
I think they're going to as well, but when is why?
What, we're in like March, almost April. I'd say like 3 months. Late April, early May.
They've got 3 months.
Late April, early May. They do it with like about a month, over a month to go.
So do you think before the E3? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're not gonna like show us. They're gonna show us stuff before E3, like for free, but not much. You know what I mean? Like they'll show us more than just like that teaser. Obviously, they'll probably show. They might show gameplay, a little bit, but they're not gonna show us much, right? They'll show us like maybe some cinematic trailer or something like more into it. You know what I mean? And then they'll show like when they like. Show the title, like they'll show the title again, and then they'll show like gameplay. Quick gameplay.
Dude, Smash 5 is gonna come out.
Do you think they're gonna actually? I don't want to go off too much off topic. Do you think they're gonna change the name, or do you think they're gonna add a name to it, or they're just gonna call it
the title? It's pending.
It's pending, yeah.
And if they named it Super Smash Brothers for the Switch, then that indicates that it's a port. Which, if they're trying to sell the game, it would be a bad decision. Because people would assume that they don't need to buy it because it's a port, and they already have the old version, and they're casual players, so they're not really paying attention. Right? They're like, okay, well, that's just the third version of this game that I already have bought twice. I don't need to buy it a third time. It's going to be the same game. So I think they're going to name it something that it's not have Switch in the title just because it would be misleading.
Yeah, and that's another thing. It would be unwise, in my opinion, to take one of your strongest IPs, if not your strongest IP, and then transition... as you're transitioning from one console to a more successful console, and say that it's a port and it's the same thing, because then the people who have the Wii U are going to be like, why do we need to buy it?
Yeah. So I mean, I think that's the general idea. Is like it's not. It would not be smart for them.
Basic, strat, like duh. So, anyway, going back still to like the people, like we were at like what, five of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think we locked in like the 5 most likely ones, and anybody else after that is going to be like
some not random, like potential, like maybe like Nintendo stuff.
Maybe Nintendo stuff, but I'm thinking more like players that aren't necessarily like
Void.
players that aren't like great even, right? But players that are important. Yeah, like
YouTubers,
like
Etika. I really want that to happen.
God, there's no way in fucking hell.
Did you see Etika's video about like why he should be? I was a dead dude.
No, I didn't.
He's just roasting people, dude. He knows like he's probably not gonna get it, but he's like, I know I dogged on you guys in the past, and then he like showed like different things about him just roasting Nintendo, and he's like, but you know I have a movement based on your console. He's like Joy-Con boys and a bunch of other stuff, and it was funny, and he had like good, the edits were good. It's just all around hilarious. And Etika's humor, you know.
Yeah.
So that'd be great if you.
But I repeat, there is no way that will happen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Maximilian dude.
But I'm thinking.
Relax.
You know, Max. I don't know about Max. Max does a lot of game stuff.
Yeah.
But his brand is generally focused on like for the love of the game kind of stuff. And it's not to say that he would be bad. I would love it. I would absolutely love it if Max was part of this thing. Mm-hmm. But I feel like they're trying to get more into like the core Smash Brothers rather than just YouTubers that are popular that also play Smash Brothers sometimes. Okay. Right? Because Max does do Smash Brothers streams every once in a while.
Yeah, he does like the casual stuff with like a bunch of people.
Yeah, and when Ryu came out, they did a stamina match. Do you know?
I know stamina. Yeah.
So they did a stamina mode with all Ryu.
Good. Yeah.
So it's fighting game. And they increased the gravity so that when you jumped, it would like come back down like a fighting like Street Fighter. So they played Street Fighter and Smash, and that was really fun. When Cloud came out, he got really excited. Cloud's his so Final Fantasy VII is Max's favorite video game.
Oh.
So when Cloud got announced for Smash Brothers,
I think I saw that reaction.
That reaction video is one of his most popular videos because he freaked out because he really enjoys and he thinks that Smash Brothers rocks. He really enjoys it. But I feel like his core audience isn't necessarily Smash Brothers focused. Yeah. The same way that like Alpharad and like even like Thero would be more likely, I think.
Mm-hmm. Or Mighty Keith.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
I don't know. That's a little bit goony for Nintendo.
Yeah, that's true.
So is like Thero though.
He's Smash related though, which is maybe the only reason I was like maybe he can get in.
Yeah. I'm thinking if maybe like even like the beefy Smash dudes could get somebody in. Maybe Elegant.
Yeah. You can get Elegant
because he lives in SoCal, right?
Yeah.
So
he's not far.
So he's not far from.
He's not far from that area.
Yeah. So. I think actually Elegant. Now that the more I think about it, I think Elegant's pretty. That could be pretty likely.
That's a likely.
Because he's a generally like well liked individual in the community, and he's got a pretty good following, and he's part of that YouTube channel. The Beefy Smash dudes sponsor him, so
yep.
I think that's pretty likely. I think
that's a good pick. Yeah. I didn't even think about Elegant. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I'm saying is there's a lot of players that maybe you wouldn't like think of immediately.
And that's the cool thing now because I think the pool of players is just expanded like crazy. Just because if you look at what happened between last E3 like 2014 E3 and now, there's so many Smash players. There's so many personalities.
Yeah, we'll consider also for the fact that 2014 was like the start of the streaming like explosion, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
There was an increase of quality streams across the board very, very quickly around that time. And it went from being, there was one or two people for each game, maybe, to
several.
Many.
Yeah.
And there's specific niches as well within each game that people occupy.
There's the Nairo, YouTube, Smash, there's the Void, Twitch. The Chill, there's the Anti...
and then there's like a bunch of then there's the more casual players.
So it's
like Styles is really fun to watch.
Styles is fun.
Shofu is fun to watch. A lot of the Japan Time podcasts actually
they're hilarious.
Hilarious. Yeah,
it's like so having both of those like
and then the upcoming the rise of like Girthquake and
my boy Girthquake.
Yeah.
Let's go.
And a bunch of other streams that are like more focused on getting those clips and growing their viewer base based on like
hype.
the hype or like the plays or the shenanigans
or dedication to a character like DDD or Ganon or whatever.
Yeah, specifically with Earthquake, the DDD shenanigans D3 going on.
Yeah,
is great.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, he's just a fun guy to hang out with.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
And then there was also the rise of quality streams for tournaments as well. So you get all the individual. Even if a player doesn't have their own stream, if they're consistent in a tournament stream, then they get known without even having to do anything other than play well. They get marketed by the individuals running the stream.
Yep.
And so there's the pool of candidates for well-known Smash related persons on the internet
is grown crazy.
Massively. Yeah.
It's an exciting time, man.
Sure is.
And the wise words of the great philosopher Drizzy Drake, what a time to be alive.
Yeah, I agree.
Drake's Luxray's favorite rapper. Just want to hear him say that. I just want to get his reaction off that. Anyway, it's definitely not. It's Kanye. But anyway, do we want to move on from the people? Do we think we have like a lockdown on the people we think, or just a general idea?
That was a good little bit
that, and like so honestly, like I think those players will get in. I'm not sure about Elegant still, but I think that I didn't think about it, but there's a chance Elegant can get in. I wouldn't be surprised if he got in. And then that combined with like some Melee people, and then some YouTubers, more casual people who
imagine
have
if they got
following.
Like Isaiah or something from like 64.
That'd be wild. I don't think they're gonna do that.
I don't think they will either, but like
they did something similar to that when they got like Ken from.
Did they get Ken?
They got Ken from last time.
Yeah, maybe Ken will show up again. Actually,
Ken might show up again too. Yeah, they might just.
He's got a decent stream, I think, going as well.
Does and he still plays Melee.
Is he still?
He's
part
still
of
active.
Team Liquid?
I don't know if he's part of Team Liquid. If he is, probably just with the streaming, not competitively. For the love of God, no. He's not doing as well, obviously, as his prime, but like he's still doing okay, and he plays consistently. So
I've seen him in tournaments and do well.
Yeah,
he's made like top 16 and stuff.
Yep. So.
But anyway, that's the Invitational. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
Do you think there'll be last question? Do you think like Nintendo's going to make their selections? Is it going to be heavily influenced by players who are sponsored? So like Zero, TSM, Nairo is now with Energy, Salem maybe with Liquid, Leo. We didn't even think about Leo.
I think Leo's unlikely because his
English.
Yeah,
the barrier with that was Echo Fox.
Because I think it would be cool if Leo was there, but I think I'm thinking from Nintendo's perspective.
Yeah,
they want clear, effective communicators that also hold sway over large amounts of people. Leo doesn't really have that as much.
Yeah.
He
is my friend. That's my favorite line, dude. When he got asked why he wanted to be on Team Zero for Civil War, he's like, "Because he is my friend.
Because he is my friend.
He's my friend." That was fucking dead.
He was like 3.
No, he was not 3. Oh, he sounded like he was 3. He wasn't 3. He was,
no, I know. He was 16 or whatever.
He was, yeah. Because he is my friend.
He just reminds me of like.
He's such a
child, dude. He's so cute, dude.
It's a good factor for him to have. Like, I don't know. Like I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo, just like with Elliot, and
then he hit somebody with the Sour Patch Kids combo, and I'm like, never mind.
The Sour Patch Kids combo. First, they're sour what fair?
Sour fair into sweet fair into death.
Into like. Yeah.
First they're sour.
Then they're sweet.
Then they're gone.
It's such a good line. That's my favorite. Like, it wasn't even a commentary line. It'd be a beautiful commentary line.
Well, we did that at Genesis.
Yeah, while you were like,
I was like sick and dying.
Dazed, yeah.
And I see that, and I'm like, that's a Sour Patch Kids combo. And you're like, what?
It's like a mean.
It's the first time I spoke anything. Like, that whole top 8, because I was just dead. And you were like, what? I was like, first they're sour, then they're sweet, then they're gone.
I was dying.
And then you died, and then I died, literally. And then we drove around Oakland looking for an open fucking pharmacy.
Yeah.
There were none because all of them had been broken into or something.
We had to like go to like some convenience store.
We had to like
wait, what? Broken into?
One of them literally had been broken into.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, you didn't tell me that because you had gone in yourself. I thought you were just like doing some hyperbole or something.
I'm dead ass serious.
Oh my god.
It was like fucking in the middle of downtown too. Like, it's crazy. Oakland's fucking crazy, dude.
Oakland is wild. I'm gonna be real. I just thought you were like playing off the stereotype.
No. It was literally broken into.
Yeah.
Shattered windows, M2. It feels bad.
Feels bad, man. Why are we laughing? Feels bad, man.
Well, because it was like just like how the stereotype. I didn't want to assume.
Yeah, and how the stereotype just fits.
I didn't want to assume, but it
in that moment.
In that moment, I was like, that long. Yeah, of course it would.
We were literally there for about a day, and it happened.
And Charles got his fucking car broken into, right?
Oh yeah, churro, bro. I'm so sorry, dude. That sucks.
And Anti like watched people steal shit like right in front of him. And tweeted about it later. He was like,
"Yeah." He's like, "Wait, what?" Some people in the
Genesis 5 was an experience.
Yeah, we got some people in the chat.
Yep.
Oh, is that Everest? Yep. I'm blind, guys. I'm sorry. Like I'm looking at your guys' responses.
How do you not?
It's dumb. It's silly. It's super dumb. I don't know.
That's weird.
I try.
That's
I try.
Weird. M2's chat isn't updating, guys.
But in the end, it didn't really even matter.
Tried so hard.
And got so far.
Really didn't get far at all, actually.
Well, hey, I made it somehow. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, what's good, Everest? How you doing? So yeah.
That was an interesting tangent. Anyway.
Yeah.
Let's move on to Nintendo Versus. On the day of the Switch Smash Brothers announcement trailer,
they changed costumes.
They took off the whatever they had before.
They turned
Splatoon
into
2,
our
I
community
guess.
Superman.
I wonder how many followers they gained.
We should have
like on that day.
I'm sure we can, like, if we really want to, we can check stats on that.
But they changed their profile header to the Super Smash Brothers title pending logo, and they changed their profile picture to a Smash Ball. And the collective community noticed this within 5 or 6 minutes.
Super fast. And
went crazy with they tweeting out pictures of the profile.
They knew.
I think the one I saw was like, it was from like some like content creator was like, "What?
Let's go. We esports now?
We esports now."
That's the question heard around the world. So
esports is come unto us. It's time
we are
for the esports inning.
So what does that actually mean in terms of how Nintendo's going to actually support the competitive Smash scene? Because we all know they know we exist. Like, that's facts. They know, I'm sure they know 2GG exists.
Nintendo,
all of
absolutely.
Like these titans of these like production teams.
When Nintendo has to, at this point, they have to like win our approval, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, that sounds weird, but it's true.
It's true.
At this point,
made something of ourselves.
Yeah, we've established ourselves as a community force that can support itself
without their help.
Right, without their help.
I mean, they'd help a little bit, but like overall, without.
Well, they would
help.
sponsor sub big tournaments, but
yeah, that's all it was.
Most of it is grassroots, right? And so, either with the help of other companies that are not Nintendo, for instance. Just as off the top of my head, it was what is it? iBuyPower.
Yeah.
Gave $10,000 to 2GG as a pot bonus, as well as the streaming rights for their tournament that they put out for Smash Brothers. So off the generosity and sponsorship of other companies, we've managed to create at this point, I'd say, quite well off competitive scene.
Yep.
Albeit with some issues. But with Nintendo's support, there comes a worry, at least for me, of kind of a loss of identity for the community, and as well as kind of we gain the support of this company that creates the game.
Yeah.
But they open the car door, and once we get in, can we get back out again?
Yeah.
It's a nightmare, you know?
They're going to be like, this is ours now. You
know
what I mean? Like, I don't know how involved. Like, the terms of involvement, I think, are what's going to be interesting, because Nintendo hasn't really worked like we want them to work in the past. in terms of like handling all this stuff.
Yeah,
They either like were like barely in it at all, and they just kind of like threw some money at us at most, or they just completely did everything on their own.
So what I'm hoping for is a similar communication of problems and like advice from top players that companies like Capcom has for a while had a pretty good dialogue between top players and the development staff.
Yeah,
that would balance the game specifically for a competitive environment.
Yeah.
I don't think that Smash Brothers is going to get that kind of treatment from Nintendo.
Would, because I don't see, and this has been a point that I've always made. Why? Okay, I don't understand how Nintendo could potentially think that them working hard to really invest in the competitive scene for the competitive scene is going to hinder the casual scene at all.
Yeah, I feel like their problem right now is that they don't want to market the game
as a competitive game,
and they're taking that too far by not acknowledging the competitive scene.
Yeah, okay, that's
right.
I can see that. Yeah, that makes sense.
By marketing the game as a casual game, that's how they sell the game.
Yeah, that's
a majority of the sales are people that are buying it because of Smash Brothers, and they know Smash Brothers, and it's a party game.
Yep, that's true.
A majority of the playtime, I imagine, actually invested into the game is by people that are taking it at least semi seriously.
Very. So the longevity of the game played, I think, is in favor of the competitive scene.
Yeah, so if you watch, and even people that don't take it like that seriously, people that might not know like advanced techniques, they're taking it seriously within their general intent to at least even like as like a basement king to get better at the game. Right. Whereas some people just like play it, turn it on whenever there's 5 or 6 people in the house that want to play a video game together, right? And that's what they want to market it towards, is that that latter group.
Because there's more of them.
Smash 4 was a step forward, I think, in terms of they managed to update the game, which was a first. They never really updated. They didn't really have the capacity to update games like they did. For Smash 4.
Yeah, Smash 4 was
Melee got multiple different versions, but it wasn't released. It was released by region. Yeah. The PAL region of the game is different.
Yep, in Europe.
Yep, and so that there was balance patches there, right? That were not in the like general version of the game, for example.
Yeah.
But Smash 4 has a universal patch.
When did the PAL thing happen?
I don't remember. I don't
was it
know
before
enough.
internet was primarily used for like.
Well, it was before the console had internet connectivity.
Yeah, okay. So it just got re-released almost, right? Or am I tripping?
Well, it didn't get released at all until that version.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Okay. Exactly,
so there was a delay for that version.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I'm not. Don't take my word for any of this.
No. I was just trying to make the point of accessibility now to changing things because of the internet connectivity is started with Smash 4 and is definitely going to be here for Smash 5.
And Brawl was on the was almost there. Was almost to that point where like regular updates are conceivable.
First time Wi-Fi was a thing, which probably was amazing in terms of a concept, but then
in terms of like a console, like you could play online.
Yeah, that was an amazing concept. I heard it wasn't that great.
I'm pretty sure it was a pretty miserable experience.
But like the concept itself was still inviting and
absolutely
alluring for sure. So,
but the reason Smash 4 was a step forward is because there were regular updates based on balance.
Yep.
And what they would do is they would see the win rate of a character, and they would change that character based on the win rate of that character online. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what actually changes the balance patch. And so when a competitive scene is for a game and one character does well, I'm going to use Diddy Kong as an example. Diddy Kong was horribly broken. And they were able to see that Diddy Kong was winning more online than other characters.
Yeah.
Right? Because they have that information. Even if they don't pay attention to the competitive scene, which they might, I don't know.
I think they do now.
I think they do now, but I don't know about the beginning of Smash 4. So they remove Diddy Kong's broken thing that he has that's causing him to win so many games. And they improve a couple characters with lower win rates. And the goal is to get every character to an exact 50-50 win-loss. Okay? Which is impossible But that's what the goal is, right? You get them as close to that.
Because then it leads, it consequentially leads to a more balanced game.
This is the same way that Riot Games. Excuse me. This is the same way that Riot Games balances League of Legends. Mm-hmm. They do releases on win rate for each character, and there's also community guidelines that also do releases of the win rate for a character.
Gotcha.
And there was a period of time where I was playing League of Legends, and I think the champion Nidalee had like a 54% win rate, which is massive, right?
Yeah,
that's huge. That means that character is clearly deviating pretty heavily from what the goal is of 50% win rate. Mm-hmm. And so they recognized, Riot Games recognized what was causing that, and what happened was they had added an item that character could use very effectively. Mm-hmm. And when bought, the character could utilize a strategy that over time became dominant strategy, which if you know game theory is something that beats out other plans of attack so consistently that there is no reason to do anything other than that, and therefore it takes over the meta of the game.
Gotcha.
So dominant strategy was play in Italy, do that thing, win, right? And you would win 4% more than other characters, and that's really bad.
Oh, yeah.
And so that was hurting the game, so they removed that item as an emergency update, I think.
Okay.
And the champion kind of went back down, and then they reworked the game and put it out back again so that it was more
under
balanced.
A more overall meta. Yeah, I got you.
And so
meta change.
So with the update to with the way that Smash 4 works, they were able to do that kind of, but they really didn't.
Yeah.
And so I'm hoping for Smash Brothers for the Switch, when they do release updates, that it will be more thoughtful.
Yeah.
Right, and that they will take immediate situations into account.
Yeah.
And instead of waiting for a very, very long time to address the problem in a way that is, they try and get it right the first time.
Yeah.
Right. Which is like good to strive for that.
So hopefully, like, they're more attentive. I
hope they're more attentive. And the example I'm going to use for Smash 4 is, I think Bayonetta on release was quite good, and they managed to as an understanding, she was quite good, and they
just a little bit.
They released a patch within, I think, 3 months.
Yeah,
3 or 4 months
between what 1.1.5 and 1.1.6.
Yeah,
yeah,
and that nerfed the character quite heavily and put it more in line with other characters.
Yep.
And so, I don't know, that hurt the competitive scene for the game. Releasing that character in that state and then not fixing it for months convinced people that Nintendo were not listening.
Yep.
And that they did not care about the state of the competitive scene for the game, and people.
And it leads to the greater probability of them just leaving it.
Yeah, and I think people left the game.
Continuing, yeah.
I think people left the game at that point.
I agree. Yeah.
And so, I'm thinking that it's probably likely that they're going to pay more attention to the competitive scene. Because of this addition to the Nintendo Versus. Mm-hmm. And so I'm hopeful for that. Here's where my problems start to come in. Mm-hmm. If Nintendo will only support the game if we can play it the way that they want, that could be pretty bad.
That'd be bad.
Now, I'm not going to suggest that I think Nintendo is going to want us to play with all items on high with random stage selection. I don't think that's what Nintendo wants for the game. I think that they understand that their competitive viability for the game depends on the measurements of randomness decreasing.
Yeah, they know. And also, they should understand kind of what we were talking about before, about how they need to almost impress us in terms of like how much value we hold as a community, and the fact that we established this ourselves is super huge, and they should understand that they can't just try to change things and expect us to just be like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, because worst case scenario, they should understand that if they try to, like, let's say, I know they're not going to do this, but let's say they say like all items or whatever, blah, 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 something dumb, and we're like, no, and they're like, well, we're not going to support you, blah, blah, and they'll be like, fine, you know what I mean? Then we'll just, worst case scenario, we'll just do our own thing. Like, we still have the support of all the other sponsors that are working with other production teams. 2GG's only getting better. Unrivaled Tournaments, that ESA alliance or whatever that they started, that's all going to still be there, and Nintendo's going to be like, oh man, we're missing out. So I think they're going to be more compliant with us, you know? And I think
it is up to Nintendo and those organizations to work it out between themselves at that point.
Yeah, and I don't think Nintendo's going to be dumb enough to. I don't even think it's going to come to that. You know, they know the way. As the great on our chat, Cathfat, asking us, do you know the way? And our response is we do, and we're asking Nintendo, do they know the way? So I think they do. Personally, I think that'll happen. And I don't even think it'll come to like crazy problems. Frankly, I don't think like Nintendo's they're watching, and they know. Even like these Japan like invitationals, the ones that Sakurai went to, they were in the competitive format. He knows that exists. He understands that's popular. And even throughout the patches from Smash 4, they notice like it's all 2 stock, 6 minutes, no items. Shout out to the podcast. And then for doubles, 3 stocks, 8 minutes. Items. So I don't think they're gonna now be like, no, we want blah blah blah. They can do whatever they want for the invitational, because with the invitational, they're not just appealing to the competitive scene. They're appealing to everyone, which is why I don't have a problem with them having like free for all 4 minutes items or whatever, you know, because they're appealing to everyone. We're doing it for the hype of Smash as a whole. So it's not that bad.
Like for the invitational, whatever.
Right? Yeah, it's whatever
for their events, whatever.
Yeah,
for what they want for the general consensus of the competitive population to be, it needs to be what we've already got. Because
and I don't. Yeah, I think they know that. I think that we'll be fine on that. I'd be very disappointed if they try to pull some stuff.
Yeah, me too.
I'd be very disappointed, but I'd be shocked too. I'd be very surprised that Nintendo would not be wise about that.
Well, yeah.
So,
I think Nintendo's support is going to be overall a good thing. I am excited for it. I'm looking forward to it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know enough about Nintendo Versus at this time to really make an educated guess about like how it's going to go, but I think it's going to go well. Nintendo Versus has only so far been doing games that they've released after Nintendo Versus, right, had come out, and the competitive scenes have formed under Nintendo
or
Versus.
Conjointly, when they came out conjointly, like ARMS and Splatoon 2.
Yeah.
It was like something else maybe? Am I tripping?
Mario. Did Mario Kart have a Nintendo Versus thing? No, they had a Nintendo Collegiate thing. Yeah, so I think it's likely that that's going to go well, but like always, there are the doubts.
Yep. Yeah.
There's the voices.
Nintendo's pulled some dumb stuff before, and even if they do pull some dumb stuff in the near future, I don't think it's anything that can't be corrected or something that they can't reconsider and be like, okay,
yep,
you guys are right. We want money.
Give us the money.
Help,
please.
Help.
I would like the money,
please. So,
hey Nintendo, if you're listening, give us money, please, and then we'll play the video.
That's how it's done. That's not how it's done, but
who knows?
Hey, you never know.
Maybe
man.
Reggie's watching, you know.
Reggie or that's probably not Reggie. Be real, but like someone tied to Reggie, someone tied to someone tied to someone tied to Reggie. So you never know. Like,
you can't climb the ladder if there's no spokes. So.
Very true.
You got to start at the bottom spoke, and the bottom spoke is somebody who knows somebody that works in Nintendo. So
quite the adage.
Let them know.
Yep. That's how we do. Anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, like, this topic is really something that I just kind of wanted to put my thoughts out for. I had kind of like a speech prepared there.
Yeah.
That is kind of my thoughts that I've been thinking for a while about the game and the state of the game and the state of the competitive community with Nintendo. And I'm hopeful, but hopefully it works out.
Yeah, I'm very hopeful.
This has been No Items. This is a weekly podcast by Team Solidarity. focused on Super Smash Brothers and Super Smash Brothers related content. Watching us here, you're going to be able to see all of the news for the Switch, as well as our thoughts on it and our reactions when that does occur. If you follow the channel here on Twitch, you'll be getting updates as to when we go live. We are going to start streaming pretty regularly, beyond just this Friday tournament, or Friday podcast rather.
Yeah.
And yeah, good luck in your next tournament, guys.
Yeet.